Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Yoruus speaking and welcome to Play by Email 6, Turn 0. For those of you that have been in here, you're probably asking a question, why are you putting up a Play by Email 6 when the other Play by Emails are sort of dead right now and there's no Play by Email 5? Okay, I will explain that quickly. First of all, this one is starting right now. It started like 2 days ago and I am participating in it, so I can do the turns now, so I'll try to make them as we go and upload as soon as I will make them. Concerning the other play by emails, if you've been with me, you probably know that I've been moving around last year, and at some point I did stop. I did play the play by emails, I did record the turns while I was playing, but I was not adding the commentary. So there's like a huge gap, a couple of months gap in my commentary for the play by emails turns. And when I moved now from December, I started to commentate on those while I go too. So there's basically like the parts I do have the commentary on, and there's that middle section that I do not have the commentary for those play by emails, and I am adding that commentary slowly. So as soon as I will add the commentary to the parts I am missing, I will start uploading those as well. Alright, so that was an explanation what's up in here on that subject. Another thing is, if you're absolutely new to play by email topic, what is a play by email? Play by email is basically a hot seat game that you do your turn like a normal hot seat game, but when you do the turn, you send the email with the save to another player, that he will take the turn, and so on and so on and so forth. Normally there's a program, great giant multiplayer robot, that does that theoretically automatically, but I do not use it for this. For my play by emails I use the Polish forum. I mean, like, the play by emails were there for, I think from the start of the Civ. They figure out how to make a special, the part of the forum that treats with the sending and basically providing for the play by email functionality. So you basically save it, you go to the forum, you save the play by email, and it sends automatically to the another player, and it works fine. I'm theoretically new with my play by emails. I'm a totally new player with play by email games, because it's already Brave New World, and there were play by emails like for Vanilla Civ, Gods and Kings and stuff like that. So I'm learning the ropes in here, but it works, it's cool, I like it. It actually allows a little bit of contact with Civ each and every day, because you can make a turn, so I really enjoy that. I know that most of you, or at least a part of you, do not like the play by emails. I do not force you to watch it, but I also know that a large portion of you like play by emails, and I like them myself, and I'm very sorry that I was stopped uploading those. I will try to make that up, and for now I'm gonna start this new play by email, which is quite interesting in its goals. Basically, first of all, the name. The name is Fallout, right? So basically the first thing that comes into my mind is an atomic bomb. So this yeah, basically an atomic bomb hitting something and destroying everything, and leaving tons of fallout. And the name is quite adequate. This play by email has several interesting rules. First of all, it's a 12-player free-for-all game, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And let's see the options real quickly. And the options, game options, the map, there we go. So this is a Pangea 2. Yeah, it's Pangea 2. It's a script. It's a script made by the initiator of this play by email, which is Mr. Gentelmen in here, and it theoretically should be balanced out, and theoretically everybody should be with their capital on coast. So that's one thing. So the map is huge. The difficulty is Emperor, and it's standard speed. So those are the settings. Now, there are several rules that you theoretically need to abide. And, well, you need to abide them, but because it's quite easy in a Hotmail game to give a save from time to time to someone that he can check up if everything goes wrong. But to be honest, people that are playing on that forum are honest people that just want to have fun and they are experienced with all play by email, so I have no doubt in their honesty. There will be no cheating whatsoever, I'm sure of that, and there's also no replaying turns. But let's get to the rules. There's like tons of rules. I've got the forum open on my second monitor, so I'll start reading them, and I will post them in the description below. The link to the forum, the link to the chronicles, I will get the rules there also translated into English, so you can read them and like remind me you can't do that next turn because it's against the rule, and I will not remember all of those rules. Probably each time I will have to like get a paper with written down those rules so I can check on them every single time that I'll make the turn. Alright, so let's get to the rules. So the rules are following. Well, first, maybe not the rules, but let's see who's playing who. This was a sort of a draft, so every player had one civ that they could ban, and then they had 2 civs that they could pick from for this game. So you've got Alpritz playing as Celts, Mr. Leeds is playing as Austria, Henu is playing Carthage, Itkovian is playing Persian, again. Mr. Holering is playing Portuguese, Mr. Datisu is playing Aztecs, Del Pietro is playing Germany, Casimir is playing Rome, Chimin is playing Byzantine, and Seti is playing Ethiopia. I rolled Japan. Well, I could have picked, I will tell you real quickly what was my second choice. Where's that thingy? There we go. What was my second choice? Where's the draft? No, that's not this thread. Not this thread, not this thread, not this thread. I think the thread is actually removed, so I cannot check anymore what I could have picked. No, I can check. There we go. There we go, I can check, and my second option was, there we go, Indonesia. So I could have picked Indonesia or Japan. So I will now go for the rules, so you can kind of understand my choice. Why did I pick Japan? Because Indonesia is quite cool, but the rules of this play by email are following. Rule number 1, the chronicle is mandatory. I will stop by that rule for a little bit. So theoretically, for each and every of those play by emails, there is a chronicle which you write stuff. For example, in this mandatory chronicle that you need to input is like initiary pause that explains the history of your civ, that you plan a city, the capital, why, and blah blah blah. Declaration of war or a city-state to another player or a city-state. Building a city, raising a city, conquering a city, changing the name of the city, and giving a city to another player. Founding a religion, or reaching a new era. So those are the mandatory inputs into the chronicle that you need to do. And okay, fine, I will do them. But overall, what I think about the chronicle, with the experience of the previous play-by emails that I played with, I don't want to put time to it because it's not worth it. The stuff that you write in the chronicle are meaningless to the diplomatic. Basically, the diplomacy in those games are not in the chronicle. Chronicle is like a TeamSpeak chat or a general chat in the games, in the normal games that I play with. You can say anything in it, that you're like weak, that you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, but everybody knows that it is not true and it is not holding the word. So basically, this is how chronicle works. You can see that, oh, I'm an ally with this guy and with that guy, and I will not do this, and then instantly, as soon as you can do it, like boom, declare war, like stab in the back. So chronicle is meaningless. That's why I do not want to put too much time into it. I will get the inputs that are mandatory, but that's about it. Alright, the rule number 2. No wonders. Only national wonders. So this is a game without any possibility to build any wonders. No Great Wall, no Great Light, no Oracle, no nothing. No nothing, you can only build national wonders, which is kinda cool. I like that rule tremendously, because with 12-player game, that's kinda, wonders are hugely important. Like, missing out on a wonder is hugely important, and on top of that, I do not like wonders myself. That you can probably see in my normal games. I I do not like wonders. I don't think they are necessary to make a good winning time or like a successful victory time. And with the conjunction with the next rule, with the third rule, it makes the situation quite perfect for this kind of play by email and this kind of game. Because the third rule, there's only one option for victory, and that's domination. And I'm like, yay! Awesome! Awesome. So those two rules are really great with each other, because some of the wonders are really super strong when you go to war. Let's mention Great Wall, Alhambra, Brandenburg Gate. Those are so tremendously good. Terracotta Army, like those are so good with war-oriented wonders that putting them away from the game makes a domination victory very even for every single player. Alright, rule number 4. Building a citadel, well, using a great general to build a citadel, or burning a great scientist is allowed once per 8 turn. This is also quite cool. I like that rule very much, because you know how those great general wars look like, and this time it's actually using a great general really needs a lot of thinking, because if you're gonna plant offensively, the other player can like replant his, and for 8 turns you cannot take away those citadels even if you have a general. So actually this puts some interesting things into planning and warring basically. This is very good rule, I like it very much. And burning a great scientist in 8 turns, I also like it very much. It will slow down the game quite a lot, and especially the late game it will slow down tremendously, because you know how the late game looks like. Okay, I've got max science, let's burn all the 10 scientists right now, and like boom 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 boom. You can't do this in this. Not only this is standard speed, so the science goes much slower, but you also cannot burn great scientists in huge amounts. So this is, though, that rule I like very, those 2 rules I like, well, 3 rules I like very much. Now, rule number 5. You can give units to another players, but only 2 per turn. Okay, not a bad rule, I like it. You cannot give a unit that the other player has not researched yet. Not a bad rule as well, I like it. You cannot get a resource in a trading deal if you do not research it yourself. So basically, if you need I don't know, oil for planes, and you do not have oil research yourself, you cannot get oil from somebody else, so you can build planes. So one player goes for planes, the other one goes for oil, and gives the oil to the guy with planes, this way making the arrival of planes faster. Cannot do it. Not bad. One time gifting of gold, maximum 100 gold. When you have less than 500, or 20% of your gold in 1 turn, globally, not per player. Okay, that's kind of complicated rule, but I guess it's reasonable. So you cannot give all your gold to somebody, so you can buy tons of stuff. Only like, unless you've got, I don't know, 10k gold, and you can give 2000 gold to somebody. Not a bad rule, I like it as well. You cannot give you can give cities that were founded by yourself, but only size 5 population. Okay, I don't understand the meaning about this rule, but it's okay, it's cool. You can give cities you conquered without population limit if the gifting will take place 5 turns after conquering the city. After the 5 turns, the city is treated like yours, so you can only give it to somebody if it has 5 population. Now, Oxford University can be built only once per game. That's a no-brainer. That's a very good rule, because you can abuse Oxford tremendously, especially in a war game. You cannot declare a war to city-states for the first 75 turns, so no workers sitting for 75 turns. And after that, if you declare a war on city-state, it must last for 10 turns. So if you declare war on turn 75, to get a worker, you need to be at war with that city-state for 10 turns. You cannot make any diplomacy with other players until you meet the other players. That's also a no-brainer rule. Okay, any more rules? Yeah, basically this is all rules. So summarizing all of those rules, I enjoy them. They will this is like the rules to make the game as much even for a for a war conquest, for a domination victory, as much as possible. Of course, you cannot make a rule that like there's still a possibility you'll be teamed at some point of the game, and 2 players or 3 players will attack you instantly. But overall, those rules are quite nice. I'm not that sure about that gifting units. 2 units per turn feels a little bit small if there's 3 people attacking you. But those are the rules, and I will of course abide them. Overall, they look quite nice, and I will definitely try to adjust my gameplay, and especially the war game. I have to admit that now I'm a little bit more experienced with warring in the hot seat mode, and there's a slight little part that I was missing. I was wondering why the heck I'm doing so poorly at war in those play-by emails, and the reason is quite simple. I'm so used to simultaneous games that even if you war, even if you're losing, even if you do not have move units, you can like focus on the fighting zone and you can see the other player's units moving. So you have a feeling how much units he have, are there damage, where they are, where did they back up. And in hot seat, vision is like so super crazy important, because if you step the units and you do not have the vision like 2 tiles back or 3 tiles back, there could be anything in there and you will not see. If there's like 10 knights in there and they attack you, you cannot see, you cannot tell if those are 2 knights, are they damaged, or there are 10 knights and at back of them there's like 10 crossbows. You can't get like a unit in there and back up, or those units attacking you in there in the enemy player's turns, you cannot see it. So I kind of need to I gain my experience about those play-by emails fighting, and I will definitely use that experience in this game. Alright, so we've got the rules covered, we've got the player and the civilization covered. I could tell a little bit about the civilization, though there's not too much to say. There's only one, well, theoretically there's two really good, okay, 3 really good fighting civs. The first is without a doubt Persians. Persians in the Golden Age are like, oh, wow. That's why I picked them in my one of those play-by emails, because Persia is amazingly strong. I like that civ very, very much. And it's played by quite experienced player, so that will be quite interesting. There's Aztecs, also tremendously good warmongering civ. Because, oh, and there's Raging Barbarians in this game, so yeah, Raging Barbarians, Aztecs, hello, and they do get like so much extra culture for fighting, and this is a fighting game, so they will get tons of extra culture from fighting, if they will survive, of course. And we've got Ethiopia. Now, Ethiopia is quite interesting. You could say Rome, but Rome will have to be used quite good to actually like be a warmongering civ, and I'm talking more like in the course of the whole game, and Rome is like, you know, that ancient or classical era warfare, that's Rome, but that's about it. And now Persian Aztecs and Ethiopia can use their bonuses like throughout the whole duration of the game. And Ethiopia, of course, if you plant less cities, you get that combat bonus, which is very, very good. So that kind of allows you to put an edge on your warfare. Now, I picked Japan, which is also a great warmongering civ if you think about it. If you do not know Japan, it's got Bushido, right? So Bushido gives you, basically it lets your units fight at the full combat strength even when they are damaged, and that's really, really good, especially in defense. Well, in attack as well, because even if you have a 1 HP unit, it still will deal its full damage. Excuse me, which is great. Now they switched around. Well, they did get a couple of bonuses, like +1 culture from each fishing boat and +2 culture from each atoll. That's quite a situational boost, and that's about it. Now, samurais are without a doubt a very, very good unit, a very strong unit. Additional great generals and shock promotion 1, so they can have 3 promotions instantly, which is quite good. If you've got armory at the same tech. And they are quite a strong and sturdy unit. And there's one more unit that I actually like right now. I really like Zeros. Now you could be asking why they do not have like... they do have interception 100. No, it was the same. Let's back up. They do not change. Yeah, they do not change from normal, interception, air sweep, air reckon, bonus versus helicopters, bonus versus fighters, territory. I didn't know that, so they do have a bonus versus fighters, which is quite cool. But the most important part about this, they do not need oil, which is like super great. They do not need oil. That's huge, especially in a standard speed game. It's huge. So if I ever get to the moment that I will be able to build zeros, I will definitely like use all my oil on other units and like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. They will be tremendously good. Alright, now let's get back to my starting location. So yes, I do have the coast, but I do not see any fish. And this is raging barbs. Oh, bloody hell. More silver. More silver, more cow. Forest, grassland, and under the jungle there's plains. Oi, oi, oi. Now this is a tough choice. I would like to plant on spot, but the problem with that plant is that I will not be able to build stoneworks. And now this is a very good tile for me to build stoneworks. Now the next plant, interesting enough, like stepping to the right side, I do not see any fish at all. So stepping to the right side doesn't really feel like a good idea, because I don't know if there's fish or not. Actually staying in here sounds like the most reasonable idea. There is a grassland on top of, well, under it, so it shouldn't really be a problem. I will have access to the cows. Theoretically horses also should be available somewhere. Maybe here, and the iron is probably here. So theoretically I will have everything covered. This is strategic balance, so I should be having everything covered. The only problem is if there's a barb camp in here or in here, they could snatch my settlers. That would be a tremendously quick ending of this game, but I think the risk must be taken. I don't see another spot. Moving in here for the late game is quite unwise. Now there is a cool thing. Well, there's not really like a cool thing. Probably, depending on the situation, I would need to cut down the jungle, but because it will throw out a little bit of my defense. Well, I could try. Oh, we shall see, because I can theoretically swim into the lake now and shoot from the lake as well, so I could have two ships shooting. And if I chop this jungle, then I can, yes, I will be able to attack. Well, they will attack me from this side. Though I think that could I tag like this style as well. I will have to check this out basically. Alright, so the starting looks quite cool. Silver, very good mining resources, I like it. Sheep, also cool. 2 stones. I would prefer granary resources, but well, if you can't get what you want, you get what you have basically. And cows are also no bad. So if I got horses or 2 horses, there's also an additional sheep tile. And stoneworks is also available since I moved to the grassland. And farms. Farms in the late game with 4 food, also quite helpful. So there's a lot of good tiles that I can work on. Sad part is there's no fish. So this lake tile and all of those tiles in here will be basically worthless unless I will get oil on top of them. Alright, so I guess that's it for this turn. We shall see how this will work out later on. So thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Best wishes, yourself.